Hi everyone, my name is Anne, and I would like to give a brief introduction about my project for education and technology. I will be building a mobile application that will aggregate resources that I believe will inspire women to join and inspire them even to remain in STEM for a while. So this is based on my own personal experience, and I have broken down these resources into four categories. One being the role models and heroines, and these are basically pioneers of women in STEM, the unsung heroes in STEM, and even the modern women who are rising up in STEM. And for the purpose of this project, my main focus will be on um, basically computer science and technology. The other category is on mentors, and the difference between mentors and role models and heroines is basically the human touch that mentors brings. And then the other category is on scholarships. This is a list of scholarships that women can apply to for all the way from undergraduate to graduate level of education. The fourth one is conferences, which is again one way that students in STEM, female students in STEM, or just the women who are already working in STEM can plug in and help grow the skills and network in STEM, just as a way to motivate them. And one final category that depending on the time that I have, will be to just gather resources that learning resources, for example, boot camps or STEM resources, like a curated list of data structures and algorithms courses that women can sign up for. So let me run through each of the categories that are built into the backend application, which is my main focus for the first milestone. And as I mentioned, mentors is one of the categories. And for the purposes of this uh, project, mentors will be limited to myself, and at the moment I am in conversation with two of the OMSCS students uh, to ask them if I can use their information, and before I get their consent I will refrain from using the information publicly. The other section is on role models and heroines, which, as I mentioned, is unsung heroes and pioneers. For example, if you look at Grace Hopper, we give a brief introduction about Grace Hopper and the period, if she's no longer alive, the period she was alive, and what category. So we have pioneers, unsung heroes, and modern women in tech. This heroines information is information from Grace Hopper celebration conference last year. There was a whole place where there was a hall of fame for women um, in tech. And scholarships is another section. Yeah. Women Tech Maker Scholarship, for example, is one of the scholarships that very many women have been able to apply to, and they are able to get their education funded. And then conferences is another one, a list of conferences all over the world to that women can sign up for. Um, in terms of the images, this is definitely not a conclusive list. I am getting the images from Wikipedia and storing them in Google Cloud Storage for use in the mobile application as well. Um, One of the ways that I add the information is just posting the. I have post endpoints, and I'm going to showcase just two of them. When a new user signs in, how do I actually add that information to the database? And this is the user's endpoint. You can sign in as a general user, meaning you just want to get information, or you can sign up as a mentor, excuse me. So this is user endpoint, signing in as Anne, and I have an error. I am not sure why. But I can check the logs, and this is the mentor's endpoint. Yes. I also have scholarships and conferences post endpoint, which is just a way to add the data. Here is my task lists based on what I had anticipated to do. I do not have login logic yet. Neither have I started working on the Redux React Native Refresher, which is the technology that I plan to use for my mobile application. But besides the data, all the data being there, the backend setup is pretty much done. I am hosting on the Google Cloud platform. I have not yet been able to crack the Let's Encrypt to enable me to have a certificate. That's why you're seeing a red sign there. But that's work in progress. Hopefully before the end of the semester, I'll have a valid HTTPS certificate. The good thing about the Google Cloud platform is that I get 300 credits, which is good enough for me to be able to work on this project for and actually deploy. And I get a couple of things like logs, so I can troubleshoot when things are going wrong. Yes, thank you so much. That's it for the backend breakthrough, and I hope to get the front end up the next 2 weeks as well, so we can tie in everything together. Thank you very much.